By now, you've all heard of Italian Wine Unplugged 2.0, the latest book published by Mama Jumbo Shrimp. It's more than just another wine book. The fully updated second edition was inspired by students of the Vinitaly International Academy and painstakingly reviewed and revised by an expert panel of certified Italian wine ambassadors from across the globe. The book also includes an edition by Professore Attilio Scienza, Italy's leading vine geneticist. The benchmark producers feature is a particularly important aspect of this revised edition. The selection makes it easier for our readers to get their hands on a bottle of wine that truly represents a particular grape or region. To pick up a copy, just head to Amazon.com or visit us at mamajumboshrimp.com. For all the super wine geeks out there, we have a special new series dedicated to you. We are reading excerpts from our new edition of Italian Wine Unplugged 2.0. Wine lovers, tune in for your weekly fix only on Italian Wine Podcast. If you want to own a copy of this new must-read Italian wine textbook, just go to Amazon.com or visit us at mamajumboshrimp.com.
The founding grape varieties of central and northwestern Italy. Sciaccarello, also known as Termarina, Orsolina, and Uva Tosca, are the founding grape varieties in this part of Italy. Termarina is a seedless vine from Emilia-Romagna that corresponds to the Corsican Sciaccarello, which in turn corresponds to a Tuscan Mammolo. One of his offspring is Moscato Violetto, who is the co-parent with Sangiovese of Ciliegio, known in Tuscany since 1590, and Centesimino, curiously cultivated on both sides of the Apennine chain in Tuscany and Romagna. In the same area, Uva Tosca, Fortana, and Spergola, Vernaccia di Oristano, are also present. These vines have been documented since the 17th century, and evidence suggests that the dispersal was directly affected by the route of the Via Francigena. The area represents a center of origin and or accumulation of these vines. Sciaccarello is also genetically related to some vines in the central southern area, such as Pecorino, Cesanene d'Affile, and Pecorello. Orsolina is an ancient, relatively unknown vine from the Romagna Apennines, related to some vines that are widespread in western Italy, such as Moscato Nero di Acqui, Vespolina, Nebbiolo, Orsolina, Riesling Italico, Barbera, and aromatic vines such as Moscato Bianco and Malvasia aromatica di Parma. Maiolica, another prolific offspring of Visparola, is known as Sanforte in Marche, Abruzzo, and Tuscany. Maiolica is related to Bombino Bianco and other central Italian varieties, Bellone and Pampanaro, through Arsilico and Amaro, one of its offspring, with Malvasia Bianca Lunga, and a descendant of Heunischweiss. These vines are cultivated in both sides of the Apennine chain between Tuscany and Emilia-Romagna, where there are other so-called founder vines mentioned as early as the 17th century. The founder vines include Uva Tosca Fortana and Spergola, or Vernaccia di Oristano, introduced later in Sardinia. The genetic relationships of Termina with Strinto Porcino, Pecorino, Cesanene d'Affile, and Pecorello, all varieties grown in the central south, highlight its probable origin in these regions. Some regional insights. Marche. The complex relationships among the varieties of Marche were highlighted by reconstructing their pedigrees. Some minor varieties have been shown to have kinship relationships with Garganega, Sangiovese, Crepolino Visparola, and Sciaccarello, which are vines known to be founding vines or relatives of many Italian cultivars. The connection with Vulpea and many other varieties, especially in the Friuli Venezia Giulia region and Croatia, indicate possible origin in Austria. This parola has been confirmed as a key variety in the evolution of the varietal assortment not only from Marche but also from Tuscany and Apulia. This parola's origin is attributed to Greece because of its relationship with the Greek cultivar Augustiatis. The connection between the grapes can be seen through the genetic links with Maiolica, synonym of Gaglioppo, Garofanata, and Minutolo from Apulia. Maiolica has been proven to be related to Negramaro. The link between Marche and Apulia is also evident from the synonym between Bombino Bianco, Apulia, and Passerina, Marche. The hypothesis is that this parola moved along two different routes from the southern Balkans to Austria and from Sicily to the northern Italian peninsula with Via Marche. The theory corresponds to the expansion of viticulture from Greece to Italy by the Greeks and from southern Italy to Central Europe and the northern Balkans by the Byzantines and Romans. Maceratino is confirmed as a progeny of a spontaneous cross of Verdicchio and is the grape variety of the Ribona appellation. Lacrima, or Vernaccia di Pergola, is a spontaneous cross between Nerarada and Aleatico. The Bruni 54, a crossbreed of Sauvignon and Verdicchio, was produced in 1936 and is currently referred to as Dorico. Cultivation of this varietal is increasing because of its excellent structure and particular sensory profile, hints of spicy herbs, of its wine, which is distinct from that of both its parents. The vines of Northeast Friuli Venezia Giulia and Veneto. The three most important founder varieties of Friuli Venezia Giulia and Veneto are Vulpea, Refosco Nostrano, and Heunisch. They each have distinct geographic and genetic backgrounds. Despite the clear separation between variety families, correlations have been found between grape varieties of other origins as well, as in the case of Bridge, varieties such as Piccola Nera, Heunisch, and Vulpea, and Cianorie, Vulpea and Refosco Nostrano.
Are you enjoying this podcast? There is so much more high-quality wine content available from Mama Jumbo Shrimp. Check out our new wine study maps or books on Italian wine, including Italian Wine Unplugged, and much, much more. Just visit our website, mamajumboshrimp.com. Now, back to the show.
Vulpea is known in Veneto as Quaiara in the province of Verona and as Rossetta, Sciavetta, or Doretta in the Euganian Hills, where it has been cultivated with some success to produce a rosé table wine. Vulpea's parents are Croatian Braktovina Crna and Hungarian Gyöngy Feher. In the 19th century, Vulpea was present in almost all Austrian and northeastern vineyards in Slovenia, as well as in the Romanian and Moravia, under the name Ciorcuta Rosie. Surprisingly, Vulpea has not only been widespread in Friuli Venezia Giulia and Veneto since ancient times, but has also been recognized as a recurrent parent of at least 10 local cultivars shared with neighboring areas inside and outside Italy, such as Glera, Glera Lunga, Ribolla Gialla, and Piccola Nera, while others are specific to the region, such as Cianorie and Vinoso Rosso, which appears to be a bridge between Vulpea and Refosco Nostrano. Many varieties such as Terrano, Berzamino, Tezzalinghe, or Refosco del Botton, Refosco di Rouscedo, and Refosco Bianco are genetically related to Refosco Nostrano, demonstrating that Refosco represents a true family, even though Refosco del Peduncolo Rosso does not strictly belong to this family and is instead related to Marzemino and Corvina. Ribolla gialla, from the Italian Collio, corresponds to Rebula, grown in Goriška Brda, Slovenian Collio, and Greek Robola. Rebula stara, meaning old Rebula, is different from Rebula gialla and corresponds to Heunisch Weiss. Heunisch Weiss has a first-degree relationship with Rebola, while Slovenian Volovnik has been shown to be related to two varieties from Friuli Venezia Giulia, Forjarin, and Verduzzo Friulano. Trentino, South Tyrol. The first mention of Lagrein as Weisse Lagrein is from 1318, while the designation Rot Lagrein, red Lagrein, is from 1526. It is a grape variety known to give color structure to Schiava and Rossara. The origin of Lagrein is particularly uncertain. The name may derive from Lagarina or Lagarino, but the hypothesis that the grape variety originated in Val Lagarina is not objectively supported. However, the direct descent from Terolgo and the kinship with Marzemino suggests a strong connection with the Atesino area. The origin of Lagrein Bianco remains uncertain, the most accepted hypothesis being that it derives from Lagarino Bianco, an ancient vine from the Valle di Cembra, known locally as Kegarel. The Teroldego grape variety has been known since at least the 1480s. Molecular analysis indicate that Teroldego is a sibling of Dureza, first-degree link, and thus has been a second-degree relationship with Shiraz. This pedigree places Teroldego among the close descendants of Pinot Noir. Refosco del Peduncolo Rosso, documented since 1773, is the offspring of Marzemino and second-generation offspring of Teroldego. From the relationships between Shiraz, Mondeuse, and Lagrein, Teroldego, and Marzemino, it can be hypothesized that the genetic link that exists between the varieties stems from a common yet unknown Eastern origin, linked perhaps to the places of departure or stopover of the Phocian merchants. Linking Trentino with the Côte du Rhône, the Phocians used the connecting route, the Heracles route, between their colonies of Spina and Marseille, and the trading places between the Alps, passing through Val Lagarina and Alto Adige. The origin of Rosé is also shrouded in myth and bears genetic similarities to other Trentino grape varieties. It can be speculated that it is a distant descendant of the Retica grape variety that has survived in Valais since Roman times, although very few plants now remain. This variety contributed to the origin of two Swiss grape varieties, Diol and Gros Aran, and in Italy to the origin of Cascarolo Bianco, a minor Piedmontese grape variety, Groppello di Revaux, and Nosiola in Trentino. Groppello di Revaux is also related to a Savoie grape variety, Dureza, parent of Shiraz, and to Teroldego. How can these genetic relationships between varieties so distant in terms of their geographical origin be explained? The Valais in southern Switzerland and Val di Non in Trentino were both inhabited by Rhaetians, a confederation of Alpine tribes who inhabited the southern side of the Alps. From their encounter with Etruscan around the 2nd century BC, the Rhaetians introduced ironworking to the Val di Non. Rhaetian tribes also established trading relationships between themselves, with the exchange of viticulture material, probably along the so-called Heracles Road.
Listen to the Italian Wine Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. We're on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Himalaya FM, and more. Don't forget to subscribe and rate the show. If you enjoy listening, please consider donating through ItalianWinePodcast.com. Any amount helps cover equipment, production, and publication costs. Until next time, Cin Cin.